Alaska, home to the northern lights, vast wilderness, and the midnight sun. But did you know that Alaska is also home to some other things, like blood-sucking vampire fish, giant 25-pound crabs, and an abandoned igloo city? Let's look at these weird things found in Alaska and more only in today's video. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and before I go into today's video, why don't you go over to my new channel Peach and go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. Go subscribe because we're almost at 50k, so help us, please help us. And with that being said, now I'll get on with the video. Starting off this countdown, we have the vampire fish falling from the sky. Back in 2015, something really weird happened in Alaska. A bunch of vampire fish, aka lampreys, were seen falling out of the sky and landing on people's lawns. Now, if you've never seen a lamprey before, they're terrifying. They look like something you see in your nightmares. It looks like a mix between a snake, an eel, a worm, and like a leech. They can be anywhere from 5 to 40 inches in length and attack fish by sucking the life out of them. Lampreys have 11 or 12 rows of teeth that wrap around in their mouth like a ring. I'm telling you, they're terrifying. Now imagine this, these aquatic creatures fallen from the sky and landed down on the ground right in front of you. People were terrified when this was happening, and rightfully so. They were probably thinking that it's like the end of the world. Anyways, in the end, they believe that this was caused by gulls grabbing them out of the ocean and then dropping their dead bodies when flying over someone's lawn. Which makes me feel a bit better, like at least we know they weren't just like spawning out of the sky, you know? In our 9th spot today, we have the upside down tree garden. And if you guys are liking this video so far, then why don't you smash that like button because it really helps us out. This is actually quite beautiful and I would love to go to Alaska just to see this garden. Located in Mendenhall Valley, it is filled with trees that are literally planted upside down. These are referred to as flower towers. They had their tops buried in the ground and their roots are up in the air. On top of the roots, they then form like a little basket where beautiful bright flowers are planted on top. Now you may be wondering, who designed this garden and why? Well, in 1985, a landslide uprooted a bunch of trees and destroyed one of the main streams. So a man named Steve, a landscaper, was assigned to restore the stream. As he was working on it, he picked up a large fallen tree stump that was upside down and slammed it into the soft mud. Then he was like, you know, that's cool, and then continued to take all these trees and just put them in the mud upside down. And Steve was right, because it does look frickin' cool. Coming in at number 8, we have the giant crab, aka the red king crabs. Now when I say that these things are giant, they are giant, like massive. They can grow up to 25 pounds with a leg span of 5 feet. Dude, I'm about 5'5.5", so those things would be close to my size if I like laid down beside them, which I never would, but anyways, fishing them in Alaska is really popular. Roughly 100 boats go out fishing for them over a period of 2 to 3 months, and millions of pounds of this crab are harvested. So it must be an Alaskan delicacy. In our 7th spot today, we have the moose poop jewelry. And you heard me correctly. There are people in Alaska that turn moose poop into earrings, necklaces, you name it. I mean, hey, it's sustainable, so why not? But just the thought of someone like handling moose poo, it just makes me shiver. You know, like the smell would get to me. But it's not only jewelry that you can buy there. You can get tree ornaments or keychains all made out of moose poop too. Don't worry though, the poo is fully dried and double coated with a seal, so not only does that strengthen it, but it also makes sure that it doesn't smell. In our 6th spot, we have the abandoned Igloo City. Located in Cantwell, Alaska, there's an abandoned igloo building. It was first created with the intention to be a cool little hotel, but it never got fully completed. Back in the 1970s when they were building it, the workers kept failing to beat building codes at the time. So they just gave up. And it was easier and cheaper to just leave the building up instead of tearing it down, so that's why it's still there. Now the outside might look complete, but the inside is not finished at all. So now it's just a cool little tourist attraction. But sadly, you're not allowed inside to explore. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Dr. Seuss House. Again, another place that I would love to visit. Located in Willow, Alaska, the Dr. Seuss House, or the Goose Creek Tower, is a 185 feet tall structure that looks like several houses stacked on top of each other, and that's because it basically is. It honestly looks like something straight out of a Dr. Seuss book, which is why it's given that name. Anyways, the bottom of the house started by a 40 by 40 foot log cabin. Then the designer started adding more and more cabins on the house, each getting smaller and smaller as they ascend into the sky. But they unfortunately were forced to stop when they reached the height of 185 feet. Because if they go past 200 feet, then they're getting into federal airspace territory. In our fourth spot, we have HAARP. HAARP, aka High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, was created by the government to analyze the ionosphere, which is the area where the Earth's atmosphere meets space. Seeing this area from afar, it looks weird. It's just like a parking lot filled with massive antennas. But this place also has a number of conspiracy theories surrounding it. For example, many people believe that the government is using this base to control the weather or even mind control us. Another theory is that the government is actually using this place to create and test geothermal weapons, space weapons, or even death ray weapons. It's crazy, I know. Coming in at number 3, we have the Outhouse Races. Imagine visiting Alaska and then seeing a bunch of people in outhouses on skis racing down the street. This is a real thing that they do in Alaska as part of the Anchorage Fur Rendezvous. So teams actually create and design / decorate their own outhouses. Like I said, the outhouses are then placed on skis or a snowboard. And then 4 team members push or pull the outhouse to the finish line while one person is inside of it. Not gonna lie, this looks extremely fun. Like, I'd love to watch this race or even design my own outhouse. As weird as that sounds, I never thought I would ever say that sentence in my life. Coming in at number 2, we have the Lady of the Lake. Now, when I first heard this, I'm like, damn, I bet this is about a creepy ghostly lady that like drowned in an Alaskan lake and now haunts the area. I was completely wrong. I was way off. Okay, I've just been doing way too many ghost videos lately. Anyways, the Lady of the Lake is an abandoned aircraft that is submerged at the bottom of a lake in Alaska. Basically, in 1955, the Air Force got rid of all the WB-29 Super Fortress planes due to an accident. So they took this plane and brought it to the lake. That's when it was used for open water extraction training. But after using it for quite some time, they're like, nah, sorry, it's still too dangerous to use this plane. So they literally just left it there and then it sank to the bottom. So there you go. And in our number 1 spot today, we got the Blue Babe. This is the name given to the mummified remains of an Ice Age bison. The remains are more than 36,000 years old. So basically, during the Alaskan gold rush, when they were looking for gold, they came across a number of mummified animals. Obviously, they didn't care because it wasn't gold, so they just tossed the bodies aside. Then in 1979, a miner was like, yo, what the hell is this? Because he just saw a pair of bison feet sticking out of the mud. They carefully dug it out, and like I said, they discovered that this bison was 36,000 years old. Now, what's kind of weird is that they then took the bison's skin off of its carcass and just attached it to a replica model of it. Like, that was their way of preserving it. But still, it's kind of weird, like de-skinning and then reconstructing a dead animal. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below. Do you live in Alaska or would you ever go to Alaska? Let me know! And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video, Top 10 Scary Things Told by Disney Employees Part 10. Little Wabble commented, I love this channel. Why do I watch it every day? Because you love this channel. You literally just like answered your own question in that statement. But thank you, Little Wobble, thank you. General CRTN, General Curtin, who knows what that stands for, commented, people are still going to Disneyland. Well, yeah, because it's still fun even though it's haunted and bad things happen there, like it's still fun. Swole Wolf commented, 640, rumor has it. So I was thinking that too, the Adele song, rumor has it. I literally was thinking of that too, but I didn't break out into song. I should have, just for you. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan. Go check out Peach, and I'll see you when I see ya.